The Office of Justice for Sterilization Victims has just reported, with 7 weeks remaining for people to apply for compensation, that 442 North Carolinians have applied to be compensated for eugenics. What does that mean? That means that 442 still living individuals who had their reproductive rights, we're talking about people who were forced to be sterilized, men and women, primarily people of color and poor people. These folks went through a lifetime of not being able to bear children. When did the program start? It started in 1929. It went up until 1974 when it finally stopped. We had eugenics boards at the state level and county levels who forced sterilization upon people, like the Nazis. Well, guess who was in charge during that entire time period and who did nothing about compensating these poor people up until we Republicans in 2011 took over the House and Senate and put $10 million with the Industrial Commission to do it? The Democrats. In fact, the Democrats came out of the woodwork when we took over talking about compensating folks for the eugenics programs that were done under Democrat regimes. But folks, they never bothered to do a thing to help these people. The Republican Party did. The same party that actually fought the Civil War to get rid of slavery. The party of Abraham Lincoln. And I just find it unbelievable that you read the press stories. There's no accounting as to how did this happen? Why did this happen once the Republicans took over? Why did it never happen under the Democrats? Because it was, I guess, maybe a black and terrible past they would have to take responsibility for. But when the Republicans took over for the first time in 140 years, we found $10 million in tough economic times in order to put in the Industrial Commission so that these poor souls could at least receive some kind of compensation from the state for what was done to them by the state and by the counties across North Carolina through these eugenics boards. I wish we would do more. I wish we would reveal the names of all the people that sat on these eugenics boards, that we would publish them, that we would have hearings and call those people forward and ask them what were they thinking when they did this to people, Nazi-style tactics. But I am proud that I got to vote for eugenics compensation. And as a state senator, I offer my deepest apologies for what was done to these people in the past. And I hope that somehow this little bit, this $10 million that we're putting in here to compensate these people in some way is some type of apology that has something behind it. And I'm glad the Republican Party, unlike the Democrats, stepped forward and provided this money. It's a shameful past in North Carolina. It's over now, and the Republican Party are the ones that came forward and saw to it that these victims were compensated. If you know anyone, there's only about 7 weeks left, they need to apply to the Industrial Commission in order to receive their compensation. I just wanted you to know the facts.